Picture this. You're finally on that dream cruise vacation, standing at the ship's railing with the ocean breeze in your hair, when suddenly your phone slips into the deep blue sea below. Or worse, you wake up with severe stomach cramps, spending your entire Caribbean getaway quarantined in your cabin instead of enjoying those excursions you paid hundreds for. These aren't rare freak accidents. They're common mistakes thousands of cruisers make every year, and the cruise lines won't tell you about them because they don't want to scare you away from the unlimited food, exotic destinations, and onboard entertainment. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 20 most dangerous cruise ship mistakes that could ruin your vacation or worse, put your safety at risk based on insights from former cruise ship employees, maritime safety experts, and analysis of hundreds of passenger incidents, ensuring you return from your next cruise with nothing but great memories and maybe a few extra pounds from the buffet. The first dangerous mistake happens before you even step foot on the ship. Booking the wrong cabin can impact not just your comfort, but your safety too. Mistake number 1. Booking a cabin without understanding ship zones. Most cruise ships have stabilizers, but they don't eliminate all movement. The front, forward, and back, aft of the ship experience the most motion during rough seas. For someone prone to seasickness, this could mean days of misery or dangerous dehydration. But here's what the cruise lines don't advertise. Midship cabins on lower decks experience significantly less movement. They're closer to the ship's center of gravity, making them more stable in rough waters. One passenger I interviewed, Martha from Ohio, spent her entire 7-day Alaska cruise confined to her forward cabin bathroom because she didn't know this simple fact. I would have gladly paid extra for a midship cabin if I'd known the difference it would make, she told me. Mistake number 2. Ignoring hurricane season discounts without understanding the risks. Those amazing deals during hurricane season, June through November in the Caribbean, come with hidden dangers. While modern ships can navigate around storms, they can't always avoid them completely. In 2022, the Carnival Sunshine had to outrun Hurricane Ian, resulting in terrifying 100-degree lists that sent furniture sliding across cabins and passengers to the medical center with injuries. If you do book during hurricane season, make sure you have travel insurance that specifically covers weather disruptions, and be prepared for itinerary changes or even canceled ports of call. Mistake number 3. Not researching medical facilities before booking. This is especially dangerous for seniors or anyone with chronic health conditions. Not all ships are created equal when it comes to medical facilities. Smaller, older ships might have just a small infirmary with basic equipment, while newer megaships like Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas have facilities comparable to urgent care centers, with X-ray machines, ICU beds, and multiple doctors on staff. One critical fact: most ship doctors are not American-trained physicians, and they're not required to be certified in the U.S. They operate under maritime law, not U.S. healthcare regulations. If you have a serious medical condition, the difference between these facilities could literally be life or death in an emergency. What you bring or don't bring can make a huge difference in your safety on board. Mistake number 4. Forgetting essential medications or not packing extras. This might seem obvious, but it's alarmingly common. Unlike a hotel on land, you can't just run to the nearest pharmacy if you forget your blood pressure medication or insulin. The ship's medical center might carry basic medications, but they won't have your specific prescriptions. And if they do have something similar, you'll pay astronomical prices, often 10 times what you'd pay at home. Even worse, in foreign ports, medications may be counterfeit or completely different formulations than what you're used to. Pro tip: pack at least twice as much medication as you need for your trip duration and split it between your carry-on and checked luggage. That way, if one bag is lost, you still have backup. Mistake number 5. Packing only flip-flops or high heels. Cruise ships are essentially floating cities made of steel and glass. When these surfaces get wet, which happens frequently on a ship, they become extremely slippery. Every year, thousands of passengers suffer serious falls on cruise ships. Broken wrists, fractured hips, and head injuries are common, especially during rough seas. Always pack at least one pair of rubber-soled non-slip shoes that can get wet. They might not be fashionable, but they could prevent a vacation-ending injury. Mistake number 6. Not bringing a small first aid kit. Ships have medical facilities, but they're not free. A simple visit for motion sickness medication can cost $150, while more serious treatments can run into thousands of dollars. Pack basics like Band-Aids, pain relievers, anti-diarrheal medication, seasickness remedies, and any personal medications you might need. This small preparation can save you both money and misery. The excitement of finally boarding your ship can lead to serious mistakes if you're not careful. Mistake number 7, ignoring the safety drill. We've all been tempted to tune out during the mandatory safety drill, muster drill. It's boring, it interrupts your vacation start, and you figure the odds of needing it are slim. This is a potentially fatal mistake. In 2012, when the Costa Concordia capsized off the coast of Italy, many passengers had no idea where to go or what to do. The resulting chaos contributed to the loss of 32 lives. The safety drill takes 30 minutes of your week-long vacation but could save your life. Pay attention to your muster station location, how to put on a life jacket, and the emergency signals. Mistake number 8, immediately hitting the bar. Many cruisers start their vacation with a celebratory drink or several, but combining alcohol with the unfamiliar environment of a ship can be dangerous. First, alcohol accelerates dehydration, which worsens seasickness. Second, it impairs your balance on a moving vessel. And third, it makes it harder to remember important safety information from that drill you just attended. Give yourself time to get your sea legs before indulging. Your body will thank you. Mistake number 9, not washing your hands religiously. Norovirus, that notorious stomach bug that causes severe vomiting and diarrhea, spreads like wildfire on cruise ships. It can take down hundreds of passengers in days. In January 2023, over 300 passengers on the Queen Victoria were quarantined due to a norovirus outbreak. Their expensive vacation spent entirely in their cabins. The most effective prevention? Washing your hands thoroughly and frequently, especially before eating and after using public restrooms. The hand sanitizer stations around the ship are helpful, but not as effective as good old soap and water. Once you're sailing, certain behaviors dramatically increase your risk of injury or worse. Mistake number 10, excessive drinking combined with deck activities. This is perhaps the most dangerous combination on a cruise ship. Alcohol impairs judgment and balance. Two things you desperately need when on a moving vessel surrounded by water. According to maritime safety experts, alcohol is a factor in approximately 20% of all passenger accidents on cruise ships, including the most serious ones, falls overboard. When you consider that cruise ships travel at about 20 knots, 23 miles per hour, and are often miles from shore, falling overboard is frequently fatal. By the time the ship can stop and turn around, finding someone in the vast ocean, especially at night, is extremely difficult. Mistake number 11, ignoring deck closures during rough weather. When the captain closes outdoor decks due to high winds or rough seas, it's not a suggestion, it's for your safety. In 2019, a passenger on the Norwegian Breakaway was seriously injured when they snuck onto a closed deck during a storm. A sudden wave crashed over the deck, throwing them against a wall and resulting in multiple fractures. No sunset photo is worth that risk. Respect the closures. Mistake number 12, propping open your balcony door. This seemingly innocent action creates a dangerous wind tunnel effect that can cause balcony dividers to break loose or items to blow off neighboring balconies. More seriously, it disrupts the ship's carefully designed fire containment system. Cruise ship fire safety depends on being able to isolate sections of the ship, and your propped door compromises this system. Mistake number 13, letting children use hot tubs unsupervised. Hot tubs on cruise ships are typically kept at around 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cause hyperthermia in children who cannot regulate their body temperature as effectively as adults. Additionally, the powerful suction from hot tub drains has caused serious injuries and even deaths when hair or clothing gets caught. Always supervise children in or near hot tubs and limit their time to 10 to 15 minutes with breaks in between. Some of the biggest dangers occur not on the ship but during those exciting port visits. Mistake number 14, not returning to the ship on time. The ship will leave without you. This isn't an idle threat. It happens on virtually every cruise. When you miss the ship, you're suddenly stranded in a foreign port, possibly without your passport, which many cruise lines collect, adequate funds, or necessary medications that remain in your cabin. Getting to the next port can be extremely expensive and complicated, especially in countries where you don't speak the language. Always wear a watch synchronized to ship time, which may differ from local time, and plan to return at least an hour before the all-aboard time. Mistake number 15. Booking excursions from random vendors on the pier. Those tour operators soliciting directly on the pier often offer tempting discounts compared to ship-sponsored excursions. But this savings comes with significant risk. Ship-sponsored excursions are vetted for safety standards and insurance coverage. More importantly, if a ship-sponsored excursion runs late, the ship will wait for you. For independent excursions, they won't. In 2018, a family booked a private tour in Jamaica that promised to have them back 2 hours before sailing. When their van broke down in a remote area with no cell service, they missed the ship and spent over $3,000 getting to the next port. Mistake number 16. Not researching local dangers. Each port has unique risks that cruise lines often downplay in their glossy port shopping guides. In Nassau, areas just blocks from the tourist zone have high crime rates. In Cozumel, rented scooters cause numerous tourist injuries on unfamiliar roads. In Alaska, wildlife encounters can turn dangerous without proper knowledge. Before your cruise, research each port independently. The U.S. State Department travel advisories, travel.state.gov, provide specific safety information for every country. Your health is particularly vulnerable on a cruise, where you're exposed to thousands of other passengers in a confined space. Mistake number 17. Ignoring symptoms of serious illness. Many passengers dismiss early symptoms of illness, not wanting to waste their vacation in the medical center. This can be a fatal mistake, especially with serious conditions like heart attacks, strokes, or appendicitis. On a ship, you're often days away from a hospital. What might be easily treatable if caught early can become life-threatening if delayed. Never ignore chest pain, difficulty breathing, severe abdominal pain, or unusual neurological symptoms like numbness or slurred speech. The inconvenience of a medical visit is nothing compared to the danger of waiting. Mistake number 18. Not having adequate travel insurance. Your regular health insurance likely won't cover medical care on a cruise ship or in foreign ports. Medicare certainly doesn't. Without travel insurance, you're looking at out-of-pocket costs that can be staggering. A simple treatment for dehydration can cost $500 to $1,000. More serious conditions requiring evacuation by helicopter can exceed $100,000. And cruise ships can and do require payment before treatment. No payment, no treatment beyond stabilization. Make sure your travel insurance specifically covers cruise travel and medical evacuation. The small premium is worth the protection. Mistake number 19. Assuming the crew will handle everything in an emergency. In a serious emergency, the crew-to-passenger ratio means they simply cannot attend to everyone individually. During the Viking Sky incident in 2019, when the ship lost power in rough seas off Norway, passengers had to fend for themselves for hours as furniture slid across rooms and ceiling panels fell. You must be prepared to take care of yourself and your family. This means knowing where your life jackets are, understanding how to get to your muster station, and having essential medications and documents readily accessible. Mistake number 20. Posting your real-time location on social media. This increasingly common mistake creates a serious security risk. When you post that you're on the Celebrity Edge heading to St. Thomas for the next week, you're announcing to the world that your home is empty. Several cruisers have returned home to find their houses burglarized after sharing their detailed itineraries online. Save those vacation posts until you're back home, or at least be vague about your specific ship and dates. Now, I don't share these dangers to scare you away from cruising. Cruises remain one of the safest vacation options available when you take proper precautions. The key is awareness. By avoiding these 20 dangerous mistakes, you dramatically increase your chances of having that perfect, trouble-free vacation you've been dreaming about. Before your next cruise, take a few minutes to research your ship's medical facilities, pack appropriate medications and footwear, plan for port days with ship-sponsored excursions, purchase comprehensive travel insurance, familiarize yourself with safety procedures. Have you experienced any of these situations on a cruise, or do you have other safety tips to share? Drop them in the comments below. Your advice might save someone else's vacation or even their life. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more cruise tips and travel advice. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss our next video. Safe and happy cruising, everyone!